welcome back. I need really, it wasn't out a second ago. I need to figure out the wiring for the rotary switch and then the LED screen, not OLED screen, so we can add that to the outer case somehow. Yeah, and I've forgotten how to wire these rotaries because there's no diagram for them. The boards, the Goteks boards, before 2021, they didn't have the jumpers, which is set there for to add a rotary switch or an encoder, rotary encoder. After that, the newer models did, but they're not labelled up. So if you're going to add one, you're going to have to figure it out. You see it? So you can see on the board, these 5 jumpers here, well 6 actually, they're for the encoder, rotary encoder, which do the same thing as push buttons, only better. I'm going to solder some jumpers onto there, and I don't think I need them all. I think I only need 4 of them. I think I must only need 4 of them because I've only got 4 wires on the encoder. Right, so I need to get some jumpers out and do a bit of soldering. Right, so pinouts, as you call them. So these are them. These are all offcuts, scraps. I always keep because they always come in handy. Can you see? Yeah, that's some. I only need a row of 3, so it'll be 6 pinouts, but just 3 in a row. Like that. But then there's 2 rows, so it's 6. And then that should sit there like that. You see? There. That's my pinouts then. So now I've just got to solder them on and then wire these to the appropriate ones somehow. Right, so I need to move this out of my way while I'm soldering. I'll put these pinouts away. Right, what you don't want to do while you're soldering this from the other side is holding it with your finger, because these get hot very quick and it will burn your finger. Because I can't lay it down because there's stuff in the way. Hang on, if I might be able to fold that over. There you go. Now I can get a flap. Zoom you in a bit. So these are what we're going to solder. I don't need all 6, like I said, I only need 4. Shoot that one. Spin it around a bit so we can get to the other side. That's it. That's all we need to do. So there you go. 6 pinouts on the board. Like that. Which goes to the end one down here. That one would be clock, which goes to the middle one. You can't see it very well in light here. So clock goes to the middle one. And the orange one, which isn't orange on the drawing, which should be DT, would go over there by that rotary, in between them two. Like that. Hopefully those wires are long enough. I don't think they are, you know. I'm going to have to extend these wires because they're not long enough. But they'll do for now for testing. I'll switch it back on. It's not reading the... Oh. dodgy connection here somewhere. Hey! Got it. So if you can see the screen, I can't move it too much because it's a bit dodgy. Turn the rotary switch. There we go. Amiga test kit. Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. Naughty ones. And then go back. Beverly Hills Cop 2, 1. Amiga test kit. So I just need to extend these wires, and something's a bit loose here. But right, let's move you out of the way. Right. So if you're like me and you haven't got a crib tool, which I did have but it doesn't work anymore, technically you just cut that off. But technically you just desolder this wire under here. Get out the bloody way, you muppet. Desolder the wire there, make a new one, extended, longer one. But because my crib tool don't work, I can't do that. So to cut that, ideally to do this you'd desolder them from the switch, but because I've fixed the switch in there already and the heat shrunk already, I've cut it in the middle. But yeah, you'd do it from there and then you'd add your extension and then you'd add the end leads onto the end. But I'm being lazy because I don't want to mess about removing that switch again. That's it. Let's finish that as well. Now, I've got to wire it back up. Yeah, it's not reading it. Let's go into main menu. It's not reading the SD card. Is this gone dodgy on me? Right, it seems this SD ribbon no longer works, so I don't know what's happened to that, but I've ordered another one, so to replace it. Get off. Let's give up the ghost for some reason. Yeah, great. I've got another one coming tomorrow, so it is what it is. I can put that in there for now, it'll still work, but that's not what I'm up to at the minute. Yeah, bloody hell. I'm waiting for that, which will be tomorrow, which won't make any difference to you, but I'm going to sort the OLED screen out. Right, so just take measurements of this, so it's 10mm or 1 centimetre wide by 2.5 centimetres or 25mm. So that's the sizes. So deciding where to put it, I'm going to put it where I normally put it, which is here, I think. Yeah, which is here. So I need to measure the cutout for it. Right, it's going to be upside down for you, but never mind. Right, so we said 25. So what I'm going to do is, in line with this here, the numeric pad, just going to go in line with that, like that. Just mark it off, so I know that's my mark. It tells me it's in perfect line like that. And we'll go in line with that there, which is 12mm. 12mm, which is there. So that's going to be my corner, but there. So I need to measure 1 centimetre, which is, if I keep the ruler still, 1 centimetre tall by 25. Line that up with that so it's not skew width to 25. There. Then 1 centimetre again. And this should be 25. So that little square is what a good cutout. There's 2 ways you can do this. So if you look on here though, I've measured from the edge of the screen here to the edge here. But you see where it changes? That's the ribbon, so you don't measure that bit because it doesn't show anything, so you don't want to see it. So I'm just measuring from there to there, which is 2.5 centimeters or 25 mil, and then from top to bottom, which is 10 mil or 1 centimeter. So 2 ways: you can drill a hole, 2 holes, and then keep filing it till both holes are joined. You can put in a soldering iron, scorch across and around, but don't go to the line. Come away from the line a bit, and then you can file it. I'm going to drill the 2 holes, and then I might go across with the soldering iron, just to reduce the amount of filing, because it's a lot of filing down to get it. But you don't want to drill past the lines or use the soldering iron close to the lines. You want to come away from the lines a bit. Yeah. If you look, this drill bit here is not as big as a square. I think this is a 8mm drill bit. Oh, I think this is an 8mm drill bit. We're drilling a 10mm window, so that's what you want. You don't want a 10mm drill bit to drill that, because you'll be touching the lines. So you got 1 hole there like that, see, inside the lines. So now you can file them neatly to the lines. So I'm going to do another one over this side here, and hopefully we can join them together. So we should end up with something like that. So now we're going to cut this out. Now Amiga is soft, it's a soft plastic, it's not brittle plastic. So you can use a pair of cutters and cut this little square piece out, which is in the middle between the 2 holes. I'll show you now. We'll just clean up all the shavings. So you see these 2 bits here? So this is what you're going to cut. I don't think these ones are big enough, and the other ones are downstairs, but we'll have a go. Move that off. So across the 2 holes, just work it in bit by bit. Like that. See what I mean? It's soft plastic. If this was brittle plastic, that would just fired off. It shut off like a rocket. Like that. You can get a file in there now, and then you can file to the line, but not on the line, just to the line, if you get me. So far, we've got that. So you see the way I'm working to the lines, but I'm not going on the line. That sounds stupid, doesn't it? Anyway, yeah. So slowly work along, just with a normal file. Yeah. On the files, you got on the sides. That's a file side. That side's a blank side. So 1 file. So that you do in the corners, and that you do on the ends that you don't want to touch. Yeah. You just gently take your time, no rush. You want it to try and make it look as OEM as possible, basically. Yeah. But take your time. And then we get into the detail bit, which you'll need a jeweler's file. I've got one somewhere. Oh, I ain't got a jeweler's file. So a smaller file. The jeweler's file. There you go. I knew I had one. There you go. It's a really, really small file. And that's how we get details. Nice and square and flush. So just carry on rasping. Just carry on filing this. Well, it is rasping, but not with a rasp. Carry on filing this, and then I'll show you a bit more as I go. Right. So now you've got roughly to where you want to be. When you get your OLED screen, just make sure it's in the right place. It actually fits in the screen like that. See? So you can see the screen. But before I go any further, what I like to do to you don't have to do this. I like to put bevel on this, beveling inwards, so you can see the screen more on an angle. Because this plastic's quite thick. So if you put a little bevel on it, in here with a file, on an angle, so you file it like that, but you're pressing on the bottom half of it. And you'll get a nice little bevel dip, just a bit more OEM, basically. So I'm going to start doing that and then I'll show you what I'm doing. So now it looks like that. So see if we can get it in camera. Can't even see the bevel, can you? There is a bevel there. Trust me, I'll turn it around the other way. There's the bevel. See? See it? The next stage is to put the lid back on with the keyboard in and find out where the hole is for the keyboard where it sits. I can see it's just off one of the chips. It's half on the chip, half off the chip. And it faces that way. Yeah. Try not to touch the OLED screen because you'll get fingerprints on it. So it sits half on this chip here and half off. Like that. About there it's sitting. Yeah. The age-old problem, these bloody things. Can't take these plastic bits off here. These plastic, they should come off. It says they should, but well, they should. You should be able to pull them off with a pair of cutters. Don't matter, I've got hundreds of these bloody OLED screens. The legs will stay there, but the plastic won't. See, it's coming off now. Just don't cut through your legs. There you go. Like that. So you've got longer legs now. If you didn't want to desolder them and push them through a bit more. But now you've got longer legs. So now you can get a pair of pliers. Just grab the legs. And give them a little bend. Well, big bend actually. Like that. It needs to be straighter, does it? Yeah. There you go, so now the legs come out the sideways. Like that. So they're out your way now. So they're not contacting the chip. And when you put your wires in, heat shrink over them, just to screw them so they don't short on that. Which they shouldn't anyway, but this is just double-sided sticky. As we can build it up at this. This one's, the one I had before was better than this. This is thin, this stuff. The other one was 3 times as thick as this. I have to just do it with this. So you stick it on, build it up. And I think it might be able to go across them 2 chips, but that capacitor's slightly in the way. Might be alright there actually, if I take that off. Put it there. That'll probably be better. Get rid of that. Unpeel that. Ready for your next layer. This is very sticky, this one. Stick that over that one. That. Peel that one off. This is going to take about 4 or 5. Right, so I've stuck it down. It's only lightly stuck at the minute, just in case I'm not in the right area. Click the screen. And because it's sticky foam, when the lid presses onto it, it should hold it down. That's the theory anyway. Well, it did with the other one, so it should do with this one. Oh yeah, it has. Yeah. There you go. That's how you put an OLED screen in and make it look OEM. Sweet. So it's nicely in line here, and nicely in line with the 2 powers. Well, power and activity. You see? Sweet. We'll get it wired up properly and see. Actually, I might be able to wire it up from here. No. I don't think that's going to reach. Actually, no, not going to reach. I guess that way. Oh, but it's not going to reach anyway. So, yeah, maybe I'm going to have to make a cable for that. Right, next day, it's turned up and I've put it in already. So, and rooting through my boxes, I found that, which is quite handy because it's an extension lead for the OLED screen. So that should go into there like that. Like that. And then that should plug into the OLED screen. If I can remember which way it went, I'll put a white mark on here, but there it is. So the white mark is orange. Let's move that out of my way. Where are they? Orange, yeah, can't remember. Right, let's just quickly plug this in and test it. But again, there's that loose wire, I need to find out where it is. Yeah. Yeah, loose wire, see. Oh, got it. Hello. Why don't you? Oh, there you go. Hey. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and bring it around to you a bit. Oh, it'd be easier if I bring you round to it, I suppose. Naughty ones. Turn the dial. Sweet. Let's put the lid on. Right. Let's power this on. Ta-da! There we go. Oh yes. That's how you install a window. But yeah, I'm going to extend this just a little bit. So let me just do that. Right. Quick test of it all. Where's plasma tank? There we go. Put plasma tech on the old classic. Flaming arrows. Right. I've widened the window just by just over a mil. Just so it, yeah, there you go. Just when it's scrolling, once it stops scrolling, it gets to disc A or disc B. It's just not showing the A or the B. Well, it is now because I've sanded it, filed it. Yeah, cool. Sweet. Now, if I had an external floppy drive, I could plug it, still plug that in. So I'll have a floppy drive here external. I'll have a floppy drive here internal. I've got a Goteks with a SD card internal, so I'll have 3 drives. Not that I will like, but so I can put like if I've got a game on disc. So if I had Jungle Strike and it was 2 discs, disc A and disc B, I could put disc A in the floppy, which I need to screw down, and I could have disc B on the Goteks, and it would just load straight through, it won't ask. And then once I ask for disc B, flick the switch to Goteks, and it will read disc B on the Goteks. Or when I disc copy, if you do disc copy or X copy, you can have an image, an ADF image on your Goteks. Put floppy, blank floppy, load up X copy, and you can burn it to floppy disk. Sweet. So I'm going to screw all this down now and clean it up a bit. So let me just sort that out. Right, so that's the floppy drive and everything screwed down now. So now what we need to sort out is a knob to go over this. Yeah. Oh hello, what's that? I've never noticed that before. Anyway, yeah, just a dial knob. Like a 3D print in 10 minutes. So I'm going to go and quickly design a little rotary knob to go on that. And these have got fire up the 3D printer. I'll just give it a light spray at the minute. I'll have to spray it properly again in the morning. It's too dark out there now. As you can see, I missed some of it. But 3D printed that, just a small little thing. So the switch, if you can see it, it sticks out quite a bit. Now I've made that so it'll go in quite a lot. That is a lot shorter. That's the way I've made it, so when it goes on, it's only going to stick out that much. There's quite a bit to come off the encoder dial. I did have a little hacksaw, but I don't know where it is. So I've gone for overkill. Yeah, slightly too big, but never mind. So I'm just going to trim this down, and then hopefully that'll do it. There you go. Little encoder knob thing, dial, whatever. Done. I've had to trim obviously the stem down, but now it fits, and still got the eject button. Yeah, Goteks do have an eject button. Well, it's menu button. Press that, it goes to menu, and then you can select through the menu. So there you go. Dual drive, Amiga. Internal Goteks, internal floppy. You can add an external floppy, like I said, through the port on the back. Probably not going to add an accelerator, like I said, because by the time I've paid 150, 200 quid for one, it's not going to boost this to 350 quid, 400. So I'll leave it for the next person. So all the cable management's done in there. The next person who comes, who has it, if I sell it, well I probably will sell it, but you take the lid off, they don't need to worry about the LED screen, OLED screen. I keep calling it LED screen, OLED screen, because it'll stay there. What's this? Yeah, type in your answer, there you go, that's my answer. Did I pass? Right answer. Yeah, so I'll leave it there now. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything on it next week unless something pops up. I don't need to add that USB adapter, there's no point. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. You've learned something. Now you know how to put those windows in. They're dead easy. Just when you come to file them, just take your time. Don't rush. And don't be using a Dremel or anything because it's not very accurate. Just use a hand file and a jeweler's file as well for the fine details. Sweet. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you whenever. Cheers. Marvellous.